the things we must do is give freedom to our children to choose between right and wrong. Remember, wrong under you is better than wrong behind your back. So I would rather you let them choose wrong and balance it out with the right than these children never having the right to choose wrong. Avilash Prince. Hi ma'am, my son is 14 years old. He is polite and so lovable before, but now he is rude and becoming short-tempered. I'm worried about him. Please suggest how to handle him. So Avilash, one of the things that happens when we start to become teenagers is we want our own identity. We are no longer comfortable being controlled. So what you need to do is see if you can, I don't know what you already are doing. I'm sure you're a fabulous father. Otherwise you won't be asking me this question. But I do want you to start to create a new relationship with him where it's more about him making the choices and facing the consequences rather than you deciding for him. You see, till a certain age, our children are very polite or obedient or what we call, listening because they don't have their own mind. But as they start to grow up, now they want to make their own decisions and they start to feel claustrophobic when other people are making decisions for them. So if you can sit down with him and say, okay, what is it you'd like to do? And he says, I'd like to play video games for 3 hours. So then you ask him, okay, if you are willing to study 3 hours, then I'm willing to let you play video game for 3 hours. Are you willing to face this to get that? Or you can start to barter things with him. For example, I used to all the time tell my children that, if you want to eat any junk food, you need to add a fruit. So if you finish your fruits, then you can have your junk food, a packet of Blue Lays, masala chips or Maggie or whatever it is. A lot of times we don't give our children any choice thinking that we know better. In the we know better, what happens is till 15 or 16, so your children come out to be marvelous. They've never eaten junk. They've never done anything wrong because you were in control. But the day they have control on their own life, they are frustrated and irritated of having so much control that they are desiring to go wrong. And then when they desire to go wrong, they decide to go all the way, all out. Yeah. So very important in our life is one of the things we must do is give freedom to our children to choose between right and wrong. Remember, wrong under you is better than wrong behind your back. So I would rather you let them choose wrong and balance it out with the right than these children never having the right to choose wrong. I know friends of mine will say, my children have never touched chocolate. I almost feel bad for those children. That if your child has never touched chocolate, it's so sad. I wish you had given them the choice to understand that in this world, there's going to be chocolate and there's going to be healthy items and there's going to be bad items. And learning to balance rather than being deprived is so much better a way to live life according to me. And again, I'm not a parenting coach, but this is just my opinion. Okay, my sweetheart? Alright, Ashia Sajil. My spouse gets into complaint mode quite often. I'm not comfortable justifying my actions. It sort of disturbs to do it. How to powerfully handle it? Ashia, I would love for you to start to sit down and without making him defensive, see if you can start to have some honest conversation around it. What do I mean when I say this? Half the time when we want to speak to someone about something that's already upsetting us, our vibration is to say it in an attacky way. You know what that means? It basically means you may land up saying, why do you always keep complaining? Anytime I do anything, I have to justify it to you. And like that, his negativity can make you negative. Now, instead, if you can put on your armor and go in more like a coach rather than... So if you go and ask him better questions like, how can I help you? Okay, I see that this is something you want me to do. If you want me to do this, then, this is the support I will need from you. And start to have better conversations and start to ask better questions. Better questions are, how can I help you with this? What can I do if you want me? How can, so whenever you're asking questions, we start to find in the question there is a solution or you're going towards a solution. That works so much better than us going into attack mode. So be very careful. A lot of times when I'll tell my clients, don't go in attack mode, they're like, I never attack. I agree. That's because the attack on you is so much stronger than the one that you are giving out that you may feel like I never attack, but the real truth is we mirror what we receive. So when we receive that disrespect or that we tend to give it back in the same coin. That's just naturally our reflex action is designed like that. So see if you can sit down and start having intelligent, calm conversations around how you would both like to together grow your life. I remember in 2006, Puneet and I had gone to Goa and we sat and made a list of all his goals, all my goals, and all of our common goals. And then we said, what are our big? I said, my biggest challenge is sleep. Okay. And so just try that. I have a feeling it'll work like wonders, because Puneet and I then started writing, everything that was a challenge, and we started to explain it to the other person more in terms of needing help or wanting help, rather than in the terms of why do you do this to me. So when you change your attitude to asking for help in that rather than getting in defensive, you'll see a lot will start to change. Okay, sweetheart?